We're going to start our coaster by making a magic ring. So to do that, hold your yarn like this, wrap it around, turn over and cross it. I'm going to insert your hook under and pull that through like this. Then going to pinch here, grab our longer yarn tail and make a chain to make our magic ring. Then going to chain 2 more, and this is going to count as our first double crochet. Then going to make 11 double crochets in the magic ring. So yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. We're going to repeat this until we have 11 double crochet. So I'm just doing my last double crochet now, and as you can see we should have 11 double crochet and our chain 3. So right there is our chain 3. We've then got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 double crochet. We're then going to get our yarn tail and close the ring shut like so. We then want to slip stitch into our 3rd chain. So this chain here, well, this stitch is our first double crochet, so we want to slip stitch in here. Which can be a little bit fiddly. Or in my case, very. There we go. And slip stitch. So in round 2, we are going to do an increase in all of them and should have a total of 24 stitches at the end. So we're going to start by chaining 3. Then we're going to do a double crochet in that same stitch that we just slip stitched into. We are then going to do a double crochet in the next stitch. And we're going to do another double crochet in that same stitch. And we're going to continue putting 2 double crochet in every stitch all the way around. So I'm just finishing up round 2, and we are again going to slip stitch into our 3rd chain. So we've got our double crochet here, our chain 3, and we're going to slip stitch in there. So insert our hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. To start round 3, we're going to chain 3, which will also class as our first double crochet. We're then going to put 1 double crochet in that same stitch to have an increase. Then in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 double crochet. Then in the next stitch we're going to do an increase, so 2 double crochet. Then in the next stitch we're just going to put 1 double crochet, and we're going to repeat this pattern of doing an increase and then 1 double crochet, then increase, then 1 double crochet, until we get to the end of our round. So I'm just doing my last double crochet of the round, and we are once again going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. Then in round 4 we are going to chain 3, and we're going to do a pattern of double crochet, then an increase, then a double crochet. So this chain 3 will count as our first double crochet. We will then increase in the next stitch, and then do a double crochet in the next stitch, and then we are going to repeat this all the way around. So a double crochet in the next one, then a increase, then a double crochet again, and we are just going to continue this until we get to the end of the round. My 4th round, and this is where it's going to get a bit different. So we're not going to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3 on this one. So we want to create this little arch there at the bottom. There is one at the top, but you can't see it with the stem. So we make this pattern on both the bottom and the top. So in order to do that, instead of slip stitching into that chain 3, we're going to slip stitch into the gap instead. So insert our hook in between the chain 3 and the first double crochet, and we're going to slip stitch like that. We're then going to slip stitch into the stitch above the double crochet, like so. We're then going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch, and then we're going to do a double crochet into the stitch after. Then we are going to repeat the pattern of doing an increase and 3 double crochet. We're going to repeat that 4 times. So going to do an increase, and then 3 double crochet, 1, 2, and 3. So that was our first time, and we're going to repeat that 3 more times. So increase, then 3 double crochet, then increase, then 3 double crochet, and finally increase, and our last 3 double crochet. That's my cat. We're then going to repeat what we did at the top here, but backwards. So we're going to do a double crochet, then a half double crochet, then a slip stitch, and then instead of slip stitching into this stitch, we're going to slip stitch into the gap between the stitch. So we just did a slip stitch into this one, and instead of going into this one, we're going to go into this gap. So we're going to insert our hook and slip stitch. We're then going to repeat what we did from the start one more time to finish the other side. So do another slip stitch into the gap, then we slip stitch into the next stitch. So this is the gap we slip stitched into, then we're going to slip stitch into this one at the top, so in here. We're then going to do a half double crochet, then a double crochet, and then this is when we start our increase and 3 double crochet. Just finished my last set of increase and 3 double crochet, so we're now going to do 1 double crochet, then a half double crochet, then a normal slip stitch, then we're going to slip stitch into the same gap we did the first one, so right in here, like that. I'm going to chain 1 and cut our yarn and pull through. So this is our pumpkin shape, and as you can see, it's got the rigid bottom here, and you can see how it does slightly at the top as well. So we're then going to join our yarn into our last slip stitch, which is here. As you can see, here is our chained end, so the stitch before is our slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. You can hear my cat in the background. We're then going to do 4 half double crochets, so we skip the first 2. Oh, there she is. Hello, hello. It's close to her dinner time, she's hungry now. So we're going to go into our 3rd chain. So if we look at the back loops, you can see there's 1, 2 and 3, so into the 3rd one and half double crochet, and we're going to do 3 more. So 2, 3 and 4. So it should look, oh, wrong way. So it should look like that. We're then going to slip stitch into this gap again, which is the gap that we did our final slip stitch in the orange. So we're going to slip stitch into here. There we go, slip stitch in there, chain 1 and cut our yarn. So it now looks like this. So to make our leaf, we're going to get our green yarn and make a magic ring. So I'm going to do it on one finger this time because it only needs to be small. We're going to wrap it around and cross over. Then we go under on this bit and pull that side through and chain 1. We're then going to make 4 half double crochet, be 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then going to chain 2 and in the back loop of the second chain, so here's 2 loops here, we want to go into that loop. I'm going to make a slip stitch like that, and then we're going to do 4 more half double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Then going to pull our ring shut and chain 1, and then we're going to slip stitch into the top of our first half double crochet, which is right here. Which I've done very tight. There we go. I'm going to make a slip stitch. Oh my god, it's not going to go through. There we go. Like that. Chain 1 and cut our yarn. So we've now got our leaf, which looks like this. So to attach our leaf, we're going to get our pumpkin and our leaf and a needle. So we're going to start by threading the needle, which is an absolute pain. There we go. And on the back of the leaf, you want to get our tail from the magic ring and weave it to the top of the leaf. So we're just going to go under a couple of loops. And pull it up. Like so. We're then going to place our leaf where you want it. I'm going to add mine around here. Then get our crochet hook and push it through. We can grab our yarn to go into the back. Just like that. As you can see, it's come all the way through. And we're going to do the same for the top bit. It doesn't matter which stitches you put them through, you can choose where you want the leaf and attach it where you like. So I'm just going to pull these both through properly, and before we stitch it in, just check that you like where it is. I like the look of this, so I'm going to turn my project this way around, and we are just going to weave in all of our ends. So this is going to secure the leaf in place because we've pulled the strands through to the back, and we're going to weave in all the ends. So if you haven't weaved in ends before, just thread your needle and just start weaving the needle through random stitches. Like so. And we're just going to repeat that for all of our end tails. So I've just finished weaving in the ends, and this is what the final product looks like. See it on the back, you can see where I've weaved in the ends, but once we've turned it round, you cannot see. So yeah, that is everything. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.